Greetings, this is Vlodril and welcome to Let's Try Rosewater, which is an adventure game. I got a key for this, it just came out. I played one of their previous games, the one called Lamplight City, which was pretty awesome. I recommend it. I also have a full Let's Play, I will put it on the description below. This time they decided to go Western, so let us check it out.
Boarded the 743 from Pierre-Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia. No baggage to speak of, in the literal or metaphorical sense. Just a little hope. And that doesn't take up much space. Much has been said about the western frontier, the perilous wilderness, the lawless towns, and the tough, hardened folk who make their way out there, usually to get away from something worse. I suppose I'm about to become one of them myself. There's just one thing Rosewater's got that no place else has, an opportunity with my name on it. The thoughts in my head are running together like the landscape outside the window. Excitement and trepidation and boredom mixing like the scrub and rocks and soil into one long blur. One thing I know, I am ready for a change of scene. Huh. Quiet.
Howdy, ma'am. Allow me to extend the warmest of welcomes on behalf.
Let me see if I can... Oh no. Alright, escape doesn't go into the menu, it just skips the dialogue. I guess I'll have to wait.
Miss. And I'm here about a job.
Planning on sticking around, huh? Say, what line of work are you in?
If you must know, well, I write. There's an opening at the Rosewater Post.
Well, best of luck with that. The editor at that place ain't somebody you want to cross.
Then we ought to get along fine.
I'm sure you will. But as official town greeter, allow me to offer a small caution. Rosewater ain't always such a sleepy little town.
Really?
Hey!
Say, I've just remembered another engagement.
This how you welcome new arrivals? I have a mind to give you a
That guy
thrashing.
tried to set us up.
All right, enough of that. Look, I was no choir girl. But I at least had some brains. Word of advice, kid. Don't pick your mark in broad daylight, especially not at a lawman's doorstep. Go on, beat it, or I really will give you something to cry about. Now, where in the ether is that damn publisher's office?
Alright, left click to walk interact, right click inventory. And now we can get to the menu. And we have a show objects, which I really like. But first it's a bit too loud, I think. Let's try that. Also save. Begin! We have one letter.
October 25th, 1850. Dear Miss Leger, thank you for submitting your sample. Your writing shows real potential. I'd like to extend an invitation to meet with me at the offices of the Rosewater Post and discuss the possibility of an extended commission. How soon can you arrive in town? I await your reply and look forward to making your acquaintance. Yours, Joan Gallagher.
Okay. Again, I really like their previous game. Well, one of them. I have another, but I haven't played it. But Lamplight City was pretty fucking good. I have high hopes.
So they do have the law here, in theory at least. End of the line. Until they connect it up from the coast, anyway.
Oh, damn. Okay. Is that because I already checked it? Or is that how they signify something to read?
Howdy, stranger. Fresh off the train?
Yes, sir.
Come on in then. Let's have a chat.
We carry no
I'm
weapons.
Sheriff Gamble.
Harley Leger.
Pleasure. Just passing through, or...
I'm here about a job.
Well now, that's refreshing. Few come to Rosewater these days with the intent of staying long. How are you finding our town?
I can't say much for the welcoming committee.
Beg pardon?
I wasn't in your town but 2 minutes when I was accosted by a pair of gutter snipes. They should thank their lucky stars I was in a good mood.
I keep telling Jim to stop with that town greeter malarkey, but that boy's got a head harder than granite. I've been too soft. I ought to throw him in lockup until he gets his head on straight.
Trust me, that'll only make things worse. Besides, I don't think they've yet written a statute outlawing vexatiousness.
You've a forgiving nature, Miss Leger. Anyhow, welcome to Rosewater. If you run into any more trouble, come and see me.
The sheriff doesn't carry a gun. Oh, there it is. Okay. Was about to say, that would be weird. Let me drop it even more. Alright, so the X is basically... You can look at these things.
Not a bad view.
Which I will do.
Hey, Sheriff?
Yes, ma'am?
What's this photo of?
That's a view of Colchester, where I grew up. All things considered, I still do miss the place. The winters were so cold, people's sentences would hang in the air for days. It ain't exactly a metropolis, but it's got character.
Will he do that every time I have to ask him about a picture?
Those are some stern-looking ladies.
I mean, you can talk to us from there.
Hey, Sheriff?
What's on your mind?
Who are the people in this photo?
Those are my sisters, Lord bless them.
We might need to get the keys or something later and we have to distract him. Otherwise, I don't see why they do the whole
Don't
animation.
think I ever met a kinder soul. I hope she's doing well. Reba married an oil man. I think they're living in some big mansion on the coast somewhere. Mary was always my favorite. The trouble we used to get into when we was kids.
Okay. I would have preferred tab or control or alt instead of O. O is a weird key for highlight button.
Doesn't look too comfy, but I guess that's the point. Looks like a pretty rough sort. This fellow still at large?
Yep, but I reckon he's left the province.
Can I change it actually? I might put that in. I don't think I can though. Alright. I never liked the timed events.
A lawman with a license? Guess Rosewater isn't so uncivilized after all. Does this license mean you went to sheriff school?
No, it means I was officially elected to the position by the people of this town. The paper is really just a formality.
Reminder, confiscated items to be placed in the box below. A plain leather bag. Wonder what's inside. What's in the bag?
Oh, that's a set of lockpicks I confiscated from a would-be burglar.
I guess something to pick up if we distract him.
I wouldn't have figured the sheriff for a naturalist. Fancy yourself a lepidopterist?
Ha! Hardly. Picked that display up from a passing rag and bone man. But I like when the sun shines on their wings
I'm
just
surprised
so.
he knew the word.
Real thing of beauty.
What a peculiar decoration. Hey, Sheriff,
Ma'am?
why have you got a horseshoe hanging above the door?
Ah, glad you asked. My grandpappy told me a story about a blacksmith who was visited by the devil. The devil asked the smith to make him a horseshoe.
He'll notice they're missing.
So, the blacksmith took a red-hot horseshoe
Or
and
the
nailed
tray.
it straight onto one of his hooves. The devil howled out in pain. He begged the blacksmith to take it off again. The smith agreed, but on one condition. The devil must always respect the horseshoe and never enter any place where one is hung above the door. Hell of a story, wouldn't you say?
Doesn't make much sense, but okay.
Impressive collection.
Alright, last thing.
Hey, Sheriff,
Ma'am?
what's the story with these guns?
Now these are standard issue repeaters, pretty powerful rifles. Thankfully, I've yet to use one in the line of duty. Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of these.
Okay. Enough about that. Let's see if we can find the
Can't be a good sign when even
paper.
the blacksmith goes out of business. No shoes for you, horsies.
Yeah, this place looks dead. I don't think it was a great career
Hope
choice.
that isn't the town water supply. Soft drink crates. A sugary, fizzy way to beat the heat. Nothing inside but a colony of ants. Shame. I could go for a sarsaparilla.
Uh,
Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles. This padlock's not going anywhere. Not without encouragement. The local sawbones. This is where all the sharp knives and strong drugs will be kept.
yeah, I'll wait until I get some reason to go there. I'm getting some weird effect here. It's like screen tearing, but only for this bush. That is very strange. Oh. I didn't expect that.
Holy hell! Are you all right, mister? Don't you move. I'll fetch the doctor to have a look at you.
Oh, hello there. Don't think I've seen you around before.
I've just arrived today, but this isn't the time for formalities. There's an emergency.
How can I be of service?
Some poor fool's just fallen out a window.
At the Rosewater Post?
Yes. How did you...
Sounds like Joni's in a mood again. Let's go.
Is that our boss?
Here he is, poor bastard.
Oh, dear. Hello? Can you hear me? I'm Dr. Sedgwick. I'm here to help you. Can you move your legs? Spine seems intact, no obvious fractures of the arms or legs. That, I would say, is nothing short of a miracle. Right. He's in a bad way, but he'll live. I'll get him back to my clinic and patch him up. You are truly a good Samaritan, Mrs.
Leger. Miss. And it was nothing. If you'll excuse me, I have an appointment to keep.
Of course. God bless.
The good old days where you could assault someone and no one intervened.
Hello, can I help you with something?
I'm here about the writing commission.
Ah, yes, you must be Miss Leger. I believe you and Joni exchanged some correspondence on the
Is that
matter
Lee?
already, yes?
Yep, got the letter right here.
May I see it, please?
It sounds familiar. Hmm.
Very good. Oh, one more thing. Joni's not one for formalities. First names will do.
Noted.
Go up those stairs and knock.
Thanks. What's your name?
Henry Dixon, ma'am. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Auto-saving. Interesting. Keep screwing me that I can't press tab. I need to press O. So weird.
Cozy. Impressive piece of machinery. They seem to be pretty active around here. I hope that means steady work. Excuse me?
How can I be of assistance?
Can I ask, about that?
Exactly who was that gentleman just took a tumble out your second-story window?
I haven't a clue. Devil of a fella. Just busted in here and went straight for Joni's office. He wouldn't be put off, but insisted on speaking with the editor immediately. Said he intended to lodge a complaint. Suppose Joni didn't take too kindly to his manner of lodging.
What's to know about this town?
You picked a fine time to arrive, Miss Leger.
Why's that?
A few years back, you could hardly drive a wagon through the street. It was so full of folk coming and going. I'm sure you've noticed that's no longer the case.
I do like that in the adventure genre, we probably have the most diversity as far as eras go. We have steampunk, we have cyberpunk, pure sci-fi, western, pretty much all the eras. We don't see a lot in other type of games. I'm not sure why, but I really enjoy that personally. I always wanted more. Stop doing the same Tolkien stuff and give us different settings.
So where did everyone go?
Wherever the Orem actually is would be my guess. There's still some prospectors hanging on, convinced they'll find something everyone else missed. I'm sure they'll all come to their senses eventually.
If they all go, where will that leave you?
Why, getting by, I imagine. Peaceful, quiet life. The railroad still brings some traffic. Folks on their way further west or shipping goods back east. Although not as many as before the transcontinental airship line opened up. Easier to sail clear over the country than ride the rails halfway. Suits me fine, though.
Airline? What do you mean? The previous, the game I played, I'm not sure if it was the previous, I think it was. It was Lamblay City, had some weird tech in it for the setting, so maybe they have something similar here. It's not a pure Western. We'll find out, I guess.
Been working here long, Mr. Dixon?
Oh, about 5 years. I was the first one Joni hired on shortly after launching the paper. Was a farmhand before that. Keeping books is much nicer than tending cow pens, let me tell you.
This guy has awesome facial hair.
Anything I should know about the townsfolk?
Can't really help you there. I'm just a simple family man, and we keep to ourselves.
Wow. I actually didn't notice that when I said it.
Those are some mighty fine whiskers you've got.
Oh, why, thank you, Miss Leger. The missus tells me I ought to shave, but I'm fond of the look.
As you should be. I'll leave you to your work.
Appreciate it, man.
Come in.
Not what I
Hello,
expected.
Joan. I'm Harley Leger.
Ah, yes. Nice to finally put a face to the name. Please take a load off. Whiskey?
Bit early for me, but thanks all the same.
Sensible. I like that. I, however, have had a morning, so if you don't mind.
Some nice animations in the game too.
Say, have we met before? Something about you seems familiar.
I don't believe so, no.
Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes, shall we?
It
If
looks
we're gonna join our
clean
little
too.
family here, I'd like to know more about you.
Me? Well, I was born and raised in New Bretagne. Got out, made my way west, and started writing. I saw your ad while I was up in Pierre. Thought a change of scenery would do me good.
Well, admittedly, Rosewater isn't as cosmopolitan as it used to be, but maybe you'll find it to your liking.
There hasn't been a dull moment since I stepped off the train.
Speaking of, your writing sample had me in stitches. Haven't spent much time in Lamplight City myself.
Oh.
But your descriptions of the Toffs and Leon.
There we go.
Hilarious.
All back.
That piece was inspired by my last visit a few years ago, actually.
Oh? What brought that about?
I had to go back and settle my late brother's affairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't in connection with that awful business at the Lamplight City Expo.
Oh, no, it was before that.
The Expo disaster was a national tragedy, of course. But you know, I can't help remembering it as the week our paper sold more copies than it has before or since. Isn't that terrible? But enough about that. Let's get back to why we're here. I loved your sample, and I like you as well, Harley. So I'm going to go ahead and offer you a commission. I'll pay you 45 crowns for it. After that, we can talk about more regular opportunities.
Fantastic. So, what's my assignment? A scathing commentary on Rosewater's decline? Or maybe a hard-hitting expose on the plight of the marginalized criminal youth?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I want you to interview Gentleman Jake Ackerman.
Who?
Pull the other one. You've been living under a rock. He's a true Western legend. The Achilles of our times. We've got a real opportunity here. A star like that landing in our little town. I'd like something in the vein of your sample. Acerbic and mordant. But maybe not quite so acerbic.
So, a puff piece.
Good, you're paying attention. I want you to make Rosewater look good too. Show me a real frontier hero in a real frontier town.
Where can I find this Jake fellow?
He's taking rooms at the Jack of Diamonds just down the road. And his show is opening today at the Opera House. So he should be around for an interview. I don't know how you're situated here, but you're welcome to use the typewriter in the office.
I only write longhand, but I'd certainly be grateful for a quiet place to work.
Longhand. How charming. Now, if you have any questions before you go, by all means, ask.
So, who is the man that went out your window? Not another writer, I hope.
Oh, God, no. You're the only applicant we've had. Don't worry about him. Just a rabble-rouser with an axe to grind. Thought he could burst in here railing about my journalistic integrity. Most folks stick to writing letters to the editor. I tried to calm him down, but... well...
I'm not sure she has much journalistic
see.
integrity, but we'll see, I guess.
The Rosewater Post reported on the Lamplight City Expo?
It was only the biggest story that year. I've still got copies of the article saved. Here, read it for yourself.
Again, awesome game, Lamplight. Played. We are getting some really good adventures, actually, the last few years. Disaster at Lamplight City Expo, the Etheric Pavilion at the Global Exposition in New Bretagne, Kingsland was the site of a terrifying disaster. Cool. I'm not gonna read all of that, but, you know. You can read it yourself if you like. I will skim it though. I think in that game, Lamplight City, the authentic thing was kind of a theory. But it's been a while since I played it, so I'm not sure.
Can I keep this?
Frame it if you like.
Any insight you can give me about the town?
It's a far cry from what it used to be. In a way, it's nice not having to hear the noise from the saloon at all hours, but... oh, I don't know. Folk who moved on took some of the charm with them.
What about the folks who stayed behind?
What about him?
I was hoping for more details.
Far as you're concerned, the only person in Rosewater worth knowing right now is Jake Ackerman. If you're so keen to know about the rest, go meet him for yourself.
I'm curious, how did the Rosewater Post get its start?
Well, my dad was a union man. He worked the printing press for the Allied Fall Creek Miners Cooperative. Pamphlets, labour news, that sort of thing. Then the mine owners brought the Blackburns in to bust the whole operation up. My dad was laid up for months and could never work again after. But we still had to eat, didn't we? I took all the equipment from the old shop and started printing up an early version of the Post just to bring a little money in. At first, it was all just community notices and advertisements from local stores. Over time, I got the hang of the whole journalism thing and turned it into a real newspaper.
I don't want to seem ungrateful, but couldn't I write about something else? My style's more observational than, talking to people. I don't know that that's really my strong suit.
We're talking, aren't we? If you want to write for this paper, you're simply going to have to stretch yourself beyond what you might be accustomed to. Besides, it's not as if you have to say anything particularly brilliant. Just get your subject talking and take notes. Finish this assignment and maybe the next one will be more to your liking.
I'd best be on my way.
Right, you are. Wait a
Okay.
minute.
What?
It's just come to me. I know why you look familiar. You're Spitfire Harley.
Goodness. It's been a long time since anyone called me that.
I saw you fighting back in 26 at Wellesley Hall in the Chum. You took out a brute twice your size with a right hook. Pow! It was like watching David bring down Goliath.
I appreciate the kind words, but that was another life.
Maybe so, but for a 14-year-old kid fresh off the boat, it was pretty damn inspirational.
Thanks, Joan. Appreciate it.
Of course. And please call me Joni.
Okay. Let's check the journal. Worded lock, no key for me. Turn the hook freely. Padlocks. Wiggle the key to start the fun. Then take the snake for a long, long run. What the fuck? We have 20 crowns. Deadbolts. Tense the key and choose the snake. Look around as you give it a shake. I guess we have had a colorful past. Tumbler locks. The key stays still, the diamond shines. Turns up just once, then down 3 times. Interesting. Ooh. We actually have a diary type. Very nice, I like that. Let's see. Boarded the 743 from Pierre Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia. No baggage to speak of. Oh, this is what she said. Yeah, this is exactly what she said. Interesting, not what I expected. This I missed if she said it. Anyone with the crowns to spare chooses air travel over rail nowadays. I think she did say that, but I missed it. Alright, this is, I guess, new. A couple of street kids take advantage of the deserted thoroughfare to waylay and fleece new arrivals. Pull in front of the sheriff's office, no less. A rascal by the name of Jem, self-styled town greeter, carries off a whole routine while his young confederate, none too skilled in technique, nor yet hardened to this way of life, clumsily attempt to relieve the mark of valuables. This is some nice writing, by the way. I like that. If some charitable soul had the decency and consideration to black my eyes and break my bones, that tender age once and for all frightening me back into the arms of virtue, what saner course might my life have followed? Interesting. must have been 15 years since I boxed under that moniker back in the sun. Work is work. Let's save it. And look around.
Is this the first edition of the Rosewater Post?
Yep, March 30th, 1845. One of the best days of my life.
You support Leroy?
I'm a proud Labourite, sure. I'll admit he hasn't been my favourite of the year,
1845.
but the way things were going
So this
with
is pretty
Atwood and
late,
Freitas, this place would have been swallowed up by an automated newspaper conglomerate. Labour Party gets me vote any day of the week.
Fair enough. The new Bretagne Gazette, keeping tabs on the competition?
Hardly. I kept that issue because they mentioned my paper.
Hey, that's Devil's Tooth. I passed it on the train right here.
Quite a sight, isn't it?
Nice typewriter.
A first. Good old Sheldon Model 4.
Fascinating device.
Isn't it just? To think, I can send messages from here to Bright Bay with the press of a lever.
What will they think of next?
Interesting. From what I know, and I don't know much obviously about this, I thought they had this kind of communication on a dedicated building. It wasn't right on its house or anything, but maybe because it's a paper, I guess they have one.
That's quite a stick.
A memento from my grandfather back in County Donegal. Comes in handy now and again.
How do you reach it? Seriously, it's too high up.
I hope fixing that window won't be too expensive.
I may just leave it for a while. I'm enjoying the breeze.
And that is all. Very nice.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there.
Alright, we have a job, I guess.
Spitfire Harley, writing for my paper. I don't that just beat all.
I guess I'll end the episode here, and in the next one try to find this Jake fellow. For now, thank you for watching. As usual, feel free to leave me a comment if you want to. I will put a link in the description below for the game if you want to check it out. It's out on Steam and GOG. So, see you next time. Bye bye.